Hi, I'm Dave with Amundsen stand-up paddleboards and Aquaglide paddles. Today I'm going to show you how to size and cut down your paddle for your specific length. Items you're going to need for the job: obviously you're going to need your paddle, some epoxy, which you can get at any local hardware store. This is 2-minute epoxy. That means you've got 2 minutes to work with it before it goes hard. You need something to spread it on, something to spread with, something like a tongue depressor, some tape. I've got some electrical tape here. You can use masking tape, anything like that. A knife to cut the tape, and a hacksaw, preferably sharper than this one, but it'll do the job. To size your paddle, what you're going to do is put your hand up like this, your arm up, bend your hand over, and the handle of the paddle should sit right under your wrist like so. When you're measuring the paddle, before you do this, of course, you want to measure to make sure you take into account for the handle itself before you mark the shaft of the paddle. You can see on the paddle shaft where I've marked for cutting, again using the electrical tape, making sure it's at a nice straight line across. When I start cutting, I don't want to just cut all the way straight through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting and I'm going to rotate the shaft as you see here. Once you get a good line cut in, as you see here, I can then start cutting straight through. With the odd turn. Once you've got the end of the shaft cut off, you're ready for gluing. So, next step, of course, is to mix up the epoxy. So I dab. Give it a good mix, make sure it's thoroughly mixed. Now I take the handle, which I've already got marked off with some tape, just to make sure that if I do spill any, or there's any excess, it won't make a big mess. Apply liberally. And slide the end of the handle into the shaft. Now, make sure that, of course, that the blade is facing the right direction and that is straight. You can tell fairly easily by simply giving a good eyeball. Before I let it dry, I'm going to take a bit more tape and I'm going to tape this handle down, because when you put it in the shaft there, it will actually create some pressure. And if it's hot outside, that could actually push that handle back off of the shaft. So I just want to put a little bit of tape on there to hold it until it dries. Last and final step, I'm going to peel off all this tape and then finish it off real nice. And using the electrical tape, you just want to put a couple wraps on there, which will just give it a nice finished, clean look. Paddle is finished, ready to go, out for paddle.